Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be comparing and contrasting two breast pumps. The first one's going to be the Spectra S2 and the second one is going to be the Medela Pump and Style Advanced. So first off, usually any insurance company will give you one of these for free, so it's your choice to decide which one you want. When I was choosing between the two, I didn't really look for a video comparing and contrasting the two, so I just went with this one, and then luckily I was gifted that one. I'm making this video for you guys to be able to decide which one you want and which one you think will fit best for you. This video here is part 2 of a series that I'm recording. So the first one was how to increase your milk supply in 7 steps. The second one here is going to be the comparison of two breast pumps, and the third one is going to be how to dry up your milk or decrease your milk supply if you have an oversupply. So the first pump here is the Spectra S2. This one has a lot more features than the Medela, but that doesn't mean that it is better. So stay tuned, keep watching all the different functions and see what may be best for you. So the first thing to do after you plug in your pump, you connect these two wires. If you're nursing from one side, then what you can do is you can cover one of the little air holes and with this little thing, and the suction will be just as good as if both of the tubes were in there. So you just put both of these in. Okay, so the Spectra S2 comes with the little extra parts for the actual suction area of the pump. So there are these little 3 pieces. You just connect these together, and this is the stuff that keeps the milk apart from the tubing. So in some breast pumps like the Medela, the milk, sometimes you'll notice your milk will get into the tubes if you're not replacing the parts at the right time. So this little piece here keeps that from happening with this pump. After you connect that, you just connect it to the back of this flange piece. And the Medela pump comes with two flange sizes for 24 millimeter and 27. And then this is the duck bill that it comes with. And you just connect that right underneath, and that's what lets your milk into the bottle. So I'm going to show you how the suction works. So once you turn on your pump, it's going to be at the level where you should already be having your letdown. So this massage one is going to be where you start, and I'll just show you the difference in the suction. So this is the vacuum size and this is the cycle, which I'll come to later. And this setting goes up to number 5. And then once your letdown comes, then you just click the little massage button again, and then there are different cycles, which is the intensity. That's the lowest one. You'll see the massage kind of. And that was a little faster. So these are kind of faster, and then this is the suction, so you'll notice how strong it is here. And this setting goes all the way up to 12. And you can hear how loud it gets on the last level too. And my favorite thing about this pump is the little night light, because in the middle of your pumping sessions, if you're exclusively pumping especially, it's so helpful for your middle of the night pumps to have that little light when you wake up. Okay, so this pump is a lot more simpler. There are not quite as many settings compared to the Spectra S2, but you can also, if you want to just pump from one side at a time, just move this little yellow thing over and put it onto where the tube belongs, and you'll still have a good suction. These two little things is what I was talking about. This just goes straight into the bottle area here, and that's why sometimes milk can get into this tubing, because there's nothing in between blocking the tube from where your milk is being expressed. So you just plug these two in like that, and this here, the flange comes off of this one. Oh, damn. Like this, and then this is another piece. The Medela actually doesn't give you duck bills for the pump, but I recommend that you purchase some. I bought these on Amazon. They're just extra ones because I noticed that the membranes that come with the Medela tend to get bad very quickly, and when I was using this is when the milk was being expressed into here, and then I had to clean it, dry it, and it was just bad. So then after you have all this connected, it's like this. And I think the Medela as well comes with 2 different flange sizes, which is the 24 and the 27. So here is where you just turn it on by increasing the suction. So it's just minimum suction and max. You just that's the maximum suction. And one thing about this pump is it's a lot louder than the Spectra, even when the Spectra is at its highest setting. So you have it on this setting right here, which is this little button, and then once your milk starts coming out, then you just click it again, and then it goes back to the like harder suction, and then you can just adjust how you want the speed and how you want the suction. Okay, so again with the Spectra S2, what I find kind of cool about it is you don't need to use the bottles that the Spectra pump comes with. So if you notice, this is wide here, and the Medela ones are a lot smaller. So I've seen a lot of people use their event bottles since these are pretty popular. So instead of having to pour from the Spectra bottle into the bottle that they use, they are able to just pump straight into this event bottle, which is pretty cool. I didn't know this until after I stopped pumping, and I actually used to use these bottles, so it would have helped if I even tried. And then another thing about this Spectra is because of the extra little parts here, when you're washing it, it is kind of a little more annoying to be washing these parts on top of, you have to wash the flange area and then the duck bill and then the bottle. So I feel like there might be there's a little more of a process to cleaning the products after a pumping session, which can get annoying. So if you already know that washing these is not going to be fun to you, keep that in mind when you're deciding on which pump to buy. This pump I think is going to be about $159, and so is the Medela. So they're both around the same price range, but contact your insurance because I'm pretty sure that you're able to get either one of these for free. So price shouldn't be an issue. Now I don't remember where I was. Go. This pump I think is going to be about $159, and so is the Medela. So they're both around the same price range, but look into your insurance. I'm pretty sure that you're going to get one of these for free. So but contact your insurance because I'm pretty sure that you're able to get either one of these for free. So price shouldn't be an issue when you're looking to get one of these pumps. What was the other thing? Now for this one, if you want to see the parts that come with it, it's this little flange thing comes apart. This one doesn't. I would compare and contrast like that. Then there's the bottle. This is the little duck bill for this. Then this is the bottle, and then there's this little piece, and then there's this duck bill. But keep in mind that there's also these extra little parts when you are washing or when you're putting together the pump. So these are the parts for the Spectra, and then these are the parts for the Medela. So I personally like the Medela more just because the suction on this one is a lot harder. But if your nipples are sensitive or you think that you might want a softer suction and one that's more like the sucking of a baby, then you might want to consider purchasing this pump here, because this one here, even on its highest level, I feel like is still not as strong as the Medela. So that's another thing to consider when you are trying to decide which pump to get. Also keep in mind the size of these pumps if you're going to have to be traveling with them, or if you're going to have to be taking them to work, or even pumping in the car while you're driving. This one to me I did not like because of the size. This one's like very big and the shape is kind of like awkward, so placing it in certain areas for me just gave me kind of trouble. Even just around the house in certain areas I didn't like to pump because of the size of this thing. It's just freaking huge. And then this one is a lot smaller and compact, which is my favorite thing about it, because you could just literally pack this up like this and walk with it and go pump wherever you need to pump, or you can even pump in the car. One quick thing that I forgot to mention, but that was super helpful for me with the Spectra, is that there's this little cup holder in the back and it fits the Spectra bottle. For me, I wasn't able to fit the Medela as perfectly nor the Event as perfectly, so if you decide to use the Spectra bottles for the Spectra pump, then the bottles it comes with fits perfectly in here, and it helps a lot when you're putting down your bottle and you have to close off one of the caps to store them, or even if you got to get up and go grab the baby really quick or run to the bathroom. This little cup holder is actually very helpful, so keep that in mind when deciding which one to get. With both of these, you can pump in the car. This is what connects to the wall, or you can purchase this little battery pack for both of them. Medela does have one specific to their brand, and you just plug it in to right here. It takes 8 AA batteries, and you just use it the same way. But this I found really helpful, because if you're exclusively pumping especially, it's going to be super hard and super frustrating for you to have to pump and not be able to get stuff done. Like, even if you want to cook, or if you need to go to the bathroom, or if you need to go grab the baby's bottle, or whatever the case may be, grabbing some water. This really helps, comes in handy, because you can just pick it up like this while you're attached to the pump, and you don't have to stay sitting and be attached to the wall, which was like the number one thing, most frustrating thing to me. So this battery pack really comes in handy, and I recommend that you purchase it. If you're going to be exclusively pumping, I highly recommend that you get this battery pack. And the same thing goes for the Spectra S2. It also has this little thing where you can disconnect, and this wire here plugs into the wall, but you can also buy a battery pack for the Spectra S2 so that you can have it portable. It's not like I would want to be walking around with this big thing. I mean, would you rather walk around with this or with this? Like, you could even have it closed and still be pumping. It's a lot smaller and it's a lot less heavy, I guess you could say. But like I was saying, for me personally, I still choose the Medela over the Spectra S2. This one's great. It's not a bad pump at all. It's really good. And I really like that there were different massaging settings and different cycles and the different vacuum levels, because when my nipples were a little more sore, I would use this pump just because the suction isn't as strong and I can adjust the settings a lot differently than I can with the Medela. But overall, I just love to be able to get my milk out as quickly as possible and as much as possible, so this pump was the best for me in that area. And also, just because it's so small, I was able to do a lot more. Sometimes I would be cutting vegetables for our dinner while Vicente was cooking while I was using this pump, and I never did that with this one here. So this one overall is best for me, but you decide what you think is best for you with the comparisons and the contrast between the two. If you think that you want the highest suction and you don't want to be cleaning parts of the bottle all day, because let me tell you, that was so frustrating and annoying to me to have to freaking be doing this, especially me exclusively pumping, and at the beginning pumping every 2 hours, having to clean these things every 2 hours. So I really recommend this one overall, but not everybody is the same, so if you think that this one may be better for you, then definitely choose this one. Don't forget that you have to replace these parts. If you notice that the suction level on either of these pumps has decreased from when you first started using it, you probably have to make some replacements. So you might have to replace either this duckbill, which for the Spectra I never had to replace. I still have the original little duckbill that attaches here since I first started pumping, but this one I had to replace the membranes a couple times. So this is the first duckbill that I was using here, which the duckbills don't go bad as often as the membranes. The membranes I do not recommend. They're also very hard to take off of here when you want to wash, so that's another issue with the membranes. I just don't recommend the membranes at all. They do come with the pump, so if you know that you're going to go with the Medela, then purchase these duckbill valves on Amazon. I will have them linked down below. And also just grab yourself some replacement tubing. This will help, and you'll already be ready if for some reason milk does get in the tube, or you notice that you just need new tubes because a lot of moisture has gotten into them, then you already have them ready. Don't do what I did and then order them when I needed them and then I had to use this pump, and just going back and forth wasn't fun. Thank you guys for watching. I hope that I'm able to help in the decision between these two pumps. If you missed my last video and you want to learn how to increase your milk supply, please check that one out and stay tuned for the next video where I am teaching you how to decrease your milk supply if you have an oversupply, or how to completely dry up your milk. Thank you, and please don't forget to subscribe and comment down below. Thank you, and I'll see you in my next video.